the conscience within you is the Guru.
And then the third thing I just wanted to say was when we get to the freeform chapter, again, in my opinion, get to the place where you know how to practice on your own. Freeform, I've heard, scares a lot of people. I don't get it, but I get it. And people wonder, well, what am I supposed to do during the freeform chapter? And essentially, the essence of it, though whenever I hear anyone else say this, I wince. But it's like, do exactly what you feel like doing. That's what it is. But it's not just like, do what you feel like doing. It's like, listen deeply. Listen for what you feel like doing. Like, channel it. Once you start getting the hang of this, see, I didn't used to include a freeform chapter in my classes. And when I first started introducing freeform in a class, there was so much resistance in the psychosphere. And one of my best friend's students, she came up to me after class and she said, and just the way she said my name, Eric. Eric. The reason I come to class is I want you to tell me what to do. I don't want to think about it, is what she said. And I totally fell for it. I thought, oh, you're right. My job's to tell you what to do, you're right. That slammed me for about 5 years. Didn't bring it back into class because my job is to tell everybody what to do. I don't want to rip anybody off. I'm paying for this and you're not telling me what to do. But I finally got it because it kept bugging me. The more I practiced, the more it's like freeform was where it's at, like channeling your practice. Freeform is sort of the ultimate of discipline. I'm still totally, but like do discipline, like do structured practices, etc. But like when the discipline works, and I wish someone had said this to me years ago, when the discipline works, it'll begin to dissolve. And at that point, all the training puts you in this place where you're in a really good listening mode. So instead of just doing what you've been taught the whole time, you get really good at listening. So like I'm still totally into alignment, but now it's like intuitive alignment. And like, it's like it's never quite the same. But it's always like, perfect. So the discipline will dissolve and end up with intuitive practice. And it kept bugging me, bring it into class. So 5 years later, I brought it into class, and I told everyone what we're going to do. I'm going to put on some music because it helps. I'm not going to walk around, give any adjustments. It's just going to be yogis doing yoga together. And sure enough, there's this guy over here in the front row, raises his hand, and on purpose, similar to what she had said years ago. I could have fallen for it again, but it's like suddenly, like now I was clear, and it's like, yeah, and it's worth every penny. It's like this is the lesson. learning how to like channel your practice with other yogis who are doing the same thing. And it's just for a couple minutes. You know, if you don't like the music, it'll be over soon. But if you get the hang of it, it'll be like, oh yeah, I get it. And then now if I don't do freeform in class, it's like, where's the freeform? You know, so like, as the teacher, instruct, give teachings. It's valuable. But let all your teachings begin to culminate into where, wow, you're doing yoga together. Like where you're in learning mode together. Now that would be a good time for the teacher to walk around, give people adjustments, but I've never been guided to do that at that point. I know a lot of teachers like to do that at that point, but when I listen for guidance about how to be in that moment, it's always like, yeah, just be up here and do your thing. It feels to me like a better teaching at that point. Yogis doing yoga together. And for me, when I practice, I usually go, and then I sit. I either sit like this, or straddle, splits, or pigeon. I just get into some position and just park for a while. And then I move again, I go, and then I sit. So, like, give yourself permission, like you won't know what you're gonna feel like doing. But it's helpful, like the instruction I like to give now is like when we get to the freeform chapter, do exactly what you feel like doing. Yeah. But the easiest way to get the hang of it is start with something that you know. If you know the cobra pose and you feel like doing the cobra pose, start doing the cobra pose the way you were taught. Different teachers teach it differently, but do it the way you know. And as you're doing it, get into it a little bit more than you already are, get into it a little bit more than you already are, and you'll find that there's linger moments, change it up moments, flow moments, and next thing you know, having started with something that you know, and you get into it, next thing you know, you'll find yourself like channeling the cobra. And you go, hey, I'm getting this. And then triangle might pop into your mind. Okay, then just flow into triangle, do it the way you know. And as you're doing it, just be customizing it. So I usually start with different patterns that I've made up, that I've sort of scripted out. Just start with a pattern that you like and get into it and just sort of keep customizing it your way through. So that way there's no confusion about what to do, and if you really get into channeling mode, it'll start becoming really fun for you. So when we get to there, I'll put on the music. I put on music that I like. Not everyone likes it. You can put on music that you like at home. And I would, it's fun to do freeform sessions at home. Invite your friends over. And just do yoga together. It's totally fun. It'll help you practice. I've done that for years in my house. I even made a DVD of it of people coming over. Put up cameras around the room, and some people over here telling jokes, some other people are doing the handstand, but it's just fun. So I've got a whole video of Eric's basement tapes. It's called Freedom Yoga DVD. It's just sort of like the way it was over at my house. I filmed it for about a year and just sort of put pieces in there. I would recommend it, it's fun to watch. The idea was, get the DVD, put it up on your big plasma screen, start watching it, and then start doing your own freeform. And it'll feel like you're over at my house.